Well, let me first start by saying that I think every school in Arlington should be highly sought after. The reason I believe that North Arlington schools are so highly populated and so popular is because parents do a wonderful job and teachers do a wonderful job of making those schools very desirable. What I would like to see is less people fighting to get into North Arlington schools and more people wanting the same things in South Arlington. So the fact of the matter is that the county has a plan, and it is increased density, and they are planning on increasing population in Arlington. And unfortunately, the school system has not been speaking with the county about their ideas. The county says they're going to build more houses, and that's going to bring more families. The school board says, well, you know, we're not expecting families to move in. We're expecting apartment dwellers, singles or couples, but not expecting more children. A good example of that is what's happening in my neighborhood at Overcrowding Elementary School. The school is already overcrowded by 70 students. Recently, we passed the Crystal City Sector Plan, where we are expecting 20,000 new people to move to that area. Granted, over the next 40 years, but assuming that all of those children that are going to be in the 7,500 group homes are going to use the local schools, the school system has come up with no plan for that. So I think part of it has to do with planning. I think the school board's done a terrible job of planning. I know that at Nottingham and Tuckahoe, they wanted bigger schools, and you know, the school board said, you know, this is a reasonable number. We're getting ready to build another school in South Arlington, and their numbers are wrong on that. Their numbers were wrong on Washington Lee. It's overcrowded by 500 students. So planning and also making sure that each neighborhood has a strong school is critical.
Well, I thank you for the question. As the school board has obviously lived the capacity issue for the last 40 years. I've spent much time talking to community members. And the first thing I want to say is it is not just North Arlington. We are seeing growth all over the county. And in different places, it's driven by different things. And some of it's generational in neighborhoods, certainly over by Nottingham and Tuckahoe. Those are the same neighborhoods that were very crowded in the 60s and 70s. And we can look at the data to show that. Now, and it will probably continue to be generational, but it could go on for a while. Other places, there is new growth. And counter to what my opponent says, the schools are actually working very closely with the county to time how we are involved in bringing the new school online. And we probably will, in the coming decades, be bringing more space online. I want to talk briefly about action the school board took last December, and that was adoption of the progressive planning model. And what we identified was a number of strategies that were short, mid, and long-term strategies that would move along parallel tracks to address the overcrowding. Some of those are the relocatable classrooms. Your neighbors at Nottingham actually chose and said, we would rather stay at our neighborhood school and work with relocatable classrooms than have to move and go somewhere else. So we are sort of being responsive and working with the community on that. We have also changed how we're using some of our building space so that we can better maximize capacity. As we go into the future years, one of the things that we're going to continue to look at is relocatables, bringing some additional space online, and continuing to monitor. We're also actually making the high school day longer so kids can choose when they're going to go to school. And for a lot of high school students, that flexibility actually fits their academic and instructional needs, but it also allows us to better use the capacity of our high schools.